Hello, everyone. How are you? I am here. I am live, and I'm going to give all of you a few minutes to join me. I am in beautiful Mobile, Alabama, actually in Daphne, close to Mobile, traveling over towards San Antonio. And I'm so excited to be on the road and still able to talk to you. What would we do without all of our technology? So I want you to get comfortable, get back in here, ladies. We've got a lot to cover, and I'll give you a couple more minutes for people to start funneling in. I happen to be an hour behind, so everything has been a slightly haphazard, and I love it. I love the fact that I can take all that energy and say, well, this is my genius. Because I'm going to be talking about genius today, and as I discuss genius, it's so amazing. There will be a link in the comments. You're going to see the link for those of you that want to actually dig deeper and dive even further. I'm offering a bonus session tomorrow from 2 to 4 p.m. It is a Zoom session because I really want to delve into your genius that we're going to help to uncover today. So as we dive into your genius tomorrow in that Zoom, it's going to be very personalized. So you need to sign in. The link is right beneath us. You need to sign in to make sure that I have all your information and that I can start using my genius to discern how we're going to put your genius and bring it out to the world as we put it together. Okay, so this is going to be amazing because I have so much to cover. In recap, on day one, we went over what is usually where we start to get the idea, hey, you know what, I kind of want to start a business. And it starts with a little bit of a dream. And again, not the sleepy dreams, but dreams that flow throughout your day. It could be a daydream, it could be a fleeting thought, it can be those things that then we translate into ideas. They're still lucid dreaming, so let's consider them dreams. And these dreams are going to direct your actions and your future. That's what they're there for. They're kind of like your reminder settings on your phone. Well, dreams are kind of like your reminder settings from your subconscious. Okay? So start thinking about them in that aspect. Once we discuss dreams, we also discuss the drivers that actually populate our dreams and our entire lives. Your main driver being your desires, okay? And then your needs, and then of course your fears. And we talked about how your fears compound upon what you actually need to have, and then your desires, which are your most potent, most strong driver, gets squished behind and you stick it under your mattress, and every day at the end of the day when you have met your needs, you lay down and you sleep on your desires until that one day where you start to realize that, hey, I've been sleeping on top of my desires forever. And one day those desires are going to escape from under your mattress, and you're going to be surprised at the amount of ideas that are going to start coming to you. So yesterday we talked about ideas and how you have them already within you. How everything through the brain dump exercise, and those of you that watch the replay, the brain dump exercise really is what just pulls everything out of you. So I hope last night you did that little bit of homework that I was talking about and did a long brain dump and realized where it is that you are being guided by your ideas. So today we're going to talk about that brain dump, those ideas, and all of those golden nuggets about cats and cookies and little old ladies helping veterans. We're going to put all of that together and see how you're telling yourself what your genius is. I'm only going to help you get it out, but your genius, which is what we're going to talk about today, comes directly from you. And I was having a conversation yesterday with a super bright individual, and I was talking to her about how this may be something as we discuss what we're going to talk about your genius. As we discuss genius, it is something that tends to trigger, especially us ladies. Women tend to have always been told that, keep that kind of thinking to yourself, thinking about you having a specific talent or a skill or an expertise is frowned upon, because we usually are burdened with having to be the provider of support for our families, maybe not necessarily the main breadwinner, even though in my case, I am the main breadwinner. And most of the women I know, really, we outshine the men in our lives. We make more money than they do. But a lot of women have been subjugated to thinking, hey, put that out of your mind, either by their fathers or their brothers or their husbands. Instead of supporting them in seeking that genius and those desires, they are hampered and hindered. So on top of your own fears, then you have all this regulatory fear that comes from glass ceilings, it comes from community, it comes from upbringing, it comes from culture, where we just, as women, we're not ever directed to expand on our genius, just to keep it down, because it's kind of rude for you to think you've got this genius. So it's very important that we start to think in different terms, all right? And I want you to open your mind. Some of us do not allow ourselves to realize our genius. And I'm gonna send this message out to somebody very special, and her name is Greta, and she knows, I already told her that I was gonna be talking about her, because she has the kind of genius that every time I talk to her as an empath, I feel her energy, I feel her genius, I feel her pulling things from me to enhance my own services, my own offerings, my own genius. And she doesn't even know that she's doing it. And I know deep down, Greta, you may have a little bit of a doubt about what your genius is, but I can tell you right now, close yourself to anyone telling you or making you feel like you're not there yet, because you've been there. And look at how many people you've taken to the next level. You are more than there. You are a genius, woman. And I want a lot of us to think that way. Collectively, our genius is overwhelming. But when we start to join together with other women and empower their genius, not only do we become stronger, but my goodness, we do become a force. And there's so many of you out there that I want you to reach deep inside your genius zone. Look at what it is. Look, you already know you have dreams, desires that you're sleeping on, okay? And now, yesterday you found out you have skills, you have expertise, and most importantly, God-given talent. I'm gonna send a shout out to a very talented young lady, not because she's my daughter, but because she's supposed to be on this. I hope she is. I don't know if she is or not. But Chelsea, you're gifted, okay? You can take a piece of resin and turn it into a work of art. Don't know where you get it from, because your father had big hands and I totally have zero acumen for the artistry in life. I can't draw a stick figure, and I can't see the beauty anywhere except in my own mind. I can't make it palpable. Chelsea, on the other hand, can turn anything into something flowery and beautiful and descriptive and just artful. Again, she stole that. You know, that is not an inherited genius. But Chelsea, don't look to anyone other than inside of you and explode and explore that genius. And how do you do that? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, ladies. And I am going to talk about how you discover your genius. And it's all in there. I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. I'm simply sharing with you the tools that you can use to bring it out, okay? Close your eyes. I always tell you this. I like people with their eyes closed because I open their minds. Close your eyes for just a little second as I ask you this question. Ask yourself, with your eyes closed, and before you open them, ask yourself again, what am I great at? What is it that I am amazing at? And I know, again, we're not usually told that we can tell ourselves that we're amazing at something. Well, you damn well are, you know? You damn well are amazing at a lot of things. But I want you to pick one or two things that you are just great at, that you know you're good at it, you know, whether it's singing or working with resins or keeping kids safe out there as they're playing sports, or helping women to finesse. Yes, my dear, I'm using you, and she knows what I'm talking about, Donna. Finessing their business, honing their skills. Look how good you are at that. Every single one of them. And Rebecca, I know you're probably too busy to watch, but if you can hear me, bow down to the genius that is Rebecca, because Rebecca said so. Hashtag Rebecca said so. If you don't know what that means, I invite you to find out. That woman is gold. But this is all because those of us that use our genius, we have allowed ourselves to envelop our genius, to become it. And that's what I want for all of you. It's there. What am I great at? Ask yourself. And as you see what you're great at, you're going to be able then to accept it, to embody it, to personify it, to become it. Become that genius. Learn from yourself how great you actually are. You are. I'm just telling you, you already know. Okay? What am I great at? Did you write it down? Because I want to hear it. I really want to hear it. Put it in the comments. Come on, if you know you're great at something, even though I say that and I can't see the comments, I know that Salome will eventually get them to me and I'll be able to respond. So write down what you're great at in the comments. I want to go ahead and comment on that. And now that you've written down what you are great at, I am great at, I'm great at digging for the true genius inside of a woman's hidden recesses of her mind. That's what I'm great at, okay? So I want you to think about that. And then I want you to move on. You've written it down, write down your workbook, day 3, page 1, and I want you to write down the next set, right next to what I'm great at. What is it that everyone comes to you for? You know, everybody comes to me when they have any kind of a business question. I get asked questions and then I come up with the answer and like, how the hell did I know that? Where'd that come from? I look up and I'm like, that was you, wasn't it? This is God, he's always feeding stuff to me. Direct line, hey big G-O-D, did you just do that? Did you just brain dump into me? But I do, people come to me with their questions about business and transitions and genius. Hey, how is it that you see this genius in me and I don't see it in myself? That's my gift, that's my talent, that's my genius. But it has taken me a long time to really harness it, empower it, embody it, and share it, okay? Because I've been a brick and mortar consultant to my clients who, they all love me and everything, but I'm old now and I can't be traveling all over the place and spending 7 days with a client anymore, even though I really still will do it. But I'm doing this now with the online marketplace. I can share my genius with so many more women, which I think it's amazing because now I found out another way to explore my own genius, which is what we're doing together today with you, okay? So write down, what is it that everyone comes to you for? Chelsea, again, I'm gonna use you. Everybody comes to you for travel. For some reason, my glorious little daughter here is a genius at travel arrangements. So the whole family goes to her. I'm like, I'm gonna have to get that girl a travel agency so at least we can reward her with extra travel. But everyone comes to you for that. Why, Chelsea? Is it because you can see the beauty in their vacation before they can even think about it? Maybe that's it. But see, this is what Genius Search is about. What you think you're great at, other people may think you're great at something else. And there may be more greatness to you than you've yet to discover. So now that you know what you think you're great at, I want you to really deep think, what is it that everyone comes to you for? Okay? So let me know, write it down, because I want to see this. And let me know in the comment, what is it that everyone comes to you for? And as you're doing that, you're going to be opening up your mind. And once you open up your mind, guess what happens? Every time you open up your mind a little bit, another desire comes out from underneath your mattress. And it's like, oh, the cat cookies, and I can put them into a pink bag because everybody comes to me for packaging their cookies or their biscuit or their socks that they're giving to their cousin for Christmas. Everybody comes to me, okay? All right, some of the answers from Gemma. Listening. Oh my God, can she listen? I talk for hours. And that poor woman, she said, so what you're saying is, what you're really saying is, I'm like, how does she hear that? Gemma is amazing at listening, yes. And then planning, and then solidifying a game plan. She is a genius at organization. That's what I come to her for, okay? Everybody comes to, oh, thank you. Salome is such a godsend. Everybody comes to Micaiah for doctor speak. Why? Because you are brilliant. Your expertise in kinesthesiology and body mechanics makes you a genius. But you know what? What are you great at? You're great at a lot more than just the else sees other things. Chelsea's good at making reservations or finding the right plane ticket at the right time for the right person for the right price. You don't know. All of these things then may piece together. Oh, my genius at taking very specific cookie batter and cookie dough and turning it into a very specific snickerdoodle style cookie, but it's really not a snickerdoodle because I added a little bit of mint sprig to it. Now it has a little minty snickerdoodle flavor that cats love. Now you're talking about cat cookies again. And no, I do not have a cat cookie fetish, so please don't say that. You have to understand that we're talking about your genius. And my genius is an exuberance of compiling ideas together from whatever it is to make even a cat cookie something that you can sell. Because someone told me a long time ago, I can sell ice water, to an Eskimo. Well, why would I want to sell ice water to an Eskimo? I wouldn't. But if I had to, that Eskimo would be asking me if I have a side order of ice. Why? Because I am that way. Okay? I'm that way. So now that we know what I'm great at, and now that we know what everybody comes to you for, what everybody else thinks you're great at, we're going to move on to the next one, which is, I already told you, desires are your most powerful driver. And the things that you desire are the things that impassion you, enliven you, that you love to do. So, what is it that you love to do? Because half of your genius is resident on your passion. What is it that you are enamored with? What is it that you love to do? What is it that when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh yeah, today is one of those days that I get to go, and trust me, believe it or not, I don't get along well with my sister. I don't. But my sister is a genius at cleaning. That girl, she is a total, oh, perfect, thank you. She is a total genius at cleaning. And I have never seen her happier than when she shows up at my mother's house, who's another clean freak, who I also don't get along with. And she's over there trying to clean my mom's perfectly clean house. Because she loves to clean. She loves it. I go to her house, I feel totally intimidated because her underwear drawer, Victoria's Secret doesn't have diddly on her underwear drawer, And her closet, black, 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 lighter black, gray, 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 maybe a pink shirt, black slacks, gray slacks, brown slacks, 4 pairs of shoes perfectly lined up. You look at her closet and you're like, oh, OCD to the max. I can't live that way, sorry. Have you seen my 3-bedroom closets? They're bedroom closets. You know why? Because I just put the clothes on the bed, the shoes next to the bed, hang stuff up, and as long as my beautiful purses are not disturbed, I am good. But that neatness, that ultra neatness, don't even know. No, that ain't me. Okay, so now that you can go up 1 page, because that's day 2, or 1, whatever. But when you do what you love, and she just loves cleaning and making everything clean her way, she just lights up. I don't. You know what lights me up? You guys do. Sitting here talking about the things that are making you totally and completely powerful. That just, when I wake up and I have a one-on-one session with one of my super greats, and there's some that are just like super greater than others. All of my clients are amazing. And I have a lot of clients that are, my goodness. I was talking about one of my clients last night on the drive over here, how she has taken what was inherently her skill in human resources consulting and turned it into $1 million business during the pandemic. She was let go from her job and she was crying for days. And then when she, talked to me, because I did work for the company that she worked for, which was a very large company, and I was really upset that they let her go, And they didn't let the man boy that was, her manager, they didn't let him go. And he calls her every other day to get advice from her. But they let her go because you know how it is, glass ceiling, shattered glass all over the place soon, people. But she took that genius for human resources and turned it into $1 million business. Why? Because everybody needed a standard operating procedure. Everybody needed to understand how to manage their workforce remotely or to implement remote work within their new work offers. And they're large size. She came from a large size cultured company of insurance. And she actually turned that into a whole new breed of genius, which even overwhelmed me. But that's what she loves. She loves to tell other people what to do. That's why she was in HR. And now that she was actually able to tell companies how to tell other people what to do, she just blossomed into $1 million company. And I have no problem saying, hey, she may be my client, but she's making much more money than I am. She's killing it out there. And guess what? I don't even think about anything other than I love what she's been able to do. And she still comes to me saying, how do we tweak this? How do I finish this? Hey, the pandemic may not last forever. What am I going to do? What about later? How do we take what I've been able to realize is my newfound genius and do something different with it? So even though she's out there making so much money, my genius is still important to her. Okay? So understand that. What I'm great at, what everybody comes to me with, and what I love to do, when we put those three things together, that was where we explore, explode, and embody your genius. Okay? What you're great at, what everybody else thinks you're great at, and what you just totally and completely and truly love to do. That is where genius resides. Now, how can this benefit me, or how can this benefit others? I want you to write that down. What are the thoughts that you have about how this can benefit others? Because then that's how we start a business. What is it I'm going to do that's going to benefit others? Is it going to be a coffee shop? How does a coffee shop, I want to open up my own coffee shop. How does my coffee shop benefit others? Well, everybody needs to have their coffee, and everybody needs to have their beignets, which, by the way, this girl is driving through New Orleans, so Café du Monde, je t'aime, Café du Monde. I'm on my way to have some coffee and a beignet. Yes. So we have to look at, excuse the noise, I'm still at the hotel. Okay. So as you see what it is that you are trying to do, whether it's a service or a product, how is that service or that product going to, I promise you, on the replay, I'm going to take care of that noise. One more, day 3. So, how can this benefit others? Whatever it is, if it's a product, how is that product going to encapsulate serving more than a need? Because remember, entrepreneurial spirit is about filling a gap, finding a hole, because the paperclip is already perfect, but how can you make that even better? I can make it thicker so it can hold 100 pages. Whatever it is, remember, how can your genius benefit others? Perfect, thank you. How does your genius benefit others? Where does it fit in? Okay, write that in. Then underneath it, the next question is, how will your service, your product, your offer fill a gap? Because once you have the genius, okay, you've got the desire, you've got the idea, you now know you have the genius, okay? How does it fill that gap? Because once we start to put these 3 things together is when we move into what your executive summary is going to start to look like. This is how we build a business. You have to know what it is you do, why it is you do it, and how it's going to benefit others. That's really all that a business is. If you open up a gas station, what is it you do? I sell gas. Why do you sell gas? Because people have cars and they need gas. If they have a Tesla, then they need a charging station. Either way, you're going to need that. And they might need to go in there and get the Wawa Coke, whatever. But that's what you do, why you do it. Because I want to make money. They need the gas anyway. Might as well buy it from me. Okay? And then the how is the actual business plan, which we will talk about a lot further. One of the things I want to let you know is that I already talked about tomorrow having a very concise Zoom call. If you get a lot out of this, if you got something out of these 3 days, I want to offer you this bonus session so that you can actually start putting everything together, okay? And deep dive into your dig. So it's like, take that dream idea and genius and do something with it. And to do that, I need to be there with you personally. So you must register for the Zoom, and then on the Zoom from 2 to 4 tomorrow, the link is right there, right there. See it? There it goes. It's right there in the comments. Grab that link, join tomorrow, and I will personally take you through the steps to taking your dreams, ideas, and genius into creating and encapsulating a business, okay? Because we've only had an hour a day, and I want to dig out of you before I let you play with your dig, okay? So we're all becoming archaeologists, I guess, with all this digging. Okay, so now that you know that you personally are all that your genius is, okay? I need you to understand who your genius serves. Who does it serve? Who? Is it everybody? Or is it just some people? Or is it young ladies between the ages of 12 and 16 that are coming into their own and really need to know how to apply their makeup? Or is it volleyball players that end up having this tennis elbow, even though they've never held a tennis racket, but they have tennis elbow because they're really good at service, but it's extending their elbows? Okay, is that who you're serving? Who are you serving? Who is going to benefit from the gap that you're filling with your genius? Okay, I want to know, because every business needs to have clients and customers and an audience, right? Every business needs that. So who do you serve? That puts together your information gathering for the business that you need, all right? So that's what's important about that. And then we're moving into the next phase. Now that you know, I'm great at, everyone comes to me for, and I love doing this specifically, and this is how it can benefit others. This is the gap that I'm going to fill, and this is who will eventually be receiving that side of my genius, right? Then we're going to start putting that into a business, okay? The brass tacks of business, I have a cheat sheet, which we share very deeply. We go over it in the incubator, and I'll touch on it tomorrow during the Zoom as well, which tells you what are the steps that you need to take to start your business. You know, the first thing is you need to come up with a naming exercise, to come up with your name. Your name has to be something, whether it's all about you, it's all about your service, but it's encompassing your business. It can be an abstract, like Zoom or Nike. Those are abstract names. Or it can be a name that implies what you do, like Nespresso. I miss my Nespresso machine. I do miss it. Nespresso. Or Chick-fil-A. Yeah. So different names that kind of like help encapsulate what you do. Like the name of my business, Miss CEO. Why? Because I'm C, and everybody needs a CEO, so everybody needs a CEO. Right? 2 thumbs up on that one. I won't even tell you who the genius is that came up with that. But once you come up with your business name, okay, then you come up with that great vision that we talked about on Monday. Your vision, where do you see your business? Because I don't believe in creating businesses for the money today. Because thinking about today's money keeps you from making tomorrow's money. So I believe in business being something that totally and completely embodies the future that you want to behold. So your future, your vision, is what should drive your business that we are constructing today, but into that future. So your vision is how you do that. Because once you can see it, once I can help you see it, and we go very deep in the incubator about this. Once your vision is complete, all the brain dumping in the world is going to only help me bring your vision strategically backwards. So from what you see, I give you a roadmap, okay, a backwards roadmap, so that all you have to do is take the actionable steps that I'm giving you to reach that vision of yours. And again, when we're talking about vision in business, we're not talking about anything you can see with the naked eye. You can only see it with your mind's eye and with your heart, okay? Because remember, your desires, your passions, your brain dump, all of it put together is what's going to help us put this business together for your future, for a legacy. I don't really want this business to be for you, Micaiah, even though you're great and amazing and I love you to death. But I'm thinking about Willow. I'm thinking about Willow and how Willow is going to be so amazing and so beautiful, and she's going to benefit from your business. It's a legacy. We're thinking about your granddaughters that are going to sit on your lap, like my granddaughters sit on my lap, okay? And I'm creating business that thrives for them so that I know that I'm creating something that endures. Like Walt Disney said, create a company, because once you're gone, your company will still be there. Perdure, endure, lasting, legacy. That's what I want for all of you, okay? So now we understand what our gap is filling, who we're going to be serving, what our genius is going to be capable of doing. We now know that it is all within us, and we all know what our desires are, okay? Now, how do we tie all of this together and turn it into a business? Well, this is where you guys turn the page, and I'm going to scoop up here a little bit, okay? And we're going to start refining your business. You have a page, a blank page, and in that blank page, I want you to start thinking of possible names for your business. Some of you already have a name. Some of you don't have a name yet. So just start thinking about possible names for your business. Cami, I know Cami wants, she loves to design shoes. She's a shoe designer. And she is really good at designing shoes, but she has no idea what to do with everything else, right? Because she doesn't know if she's going to use leathers, if she's going to use suede, if she's going to use cloth, plastic, rubber. She doesn't any of that, but she doesn't care, because what she likes to do is make comfortable shoes that she can put her feet in because she has wide feet. Okay, so I told her, you know, a couple of really great names for what her business should be. All right, and that's the first thing, naming that putting that name together. I want to take a look at some of this here. Okay, so once you've got your business name, and again, you may have it, you may not have it, put your name down, your own name. If you don't have a business name yet, especially if you come tomorrow, we're going to work. First part of our 2-hour session in that Zoom is going to be coming up with potential names for your potential genius business, okay? But for today, if you don't have one, just write your name down, okay? And then after that, we're going to put your company information down, just your own phone number, because we're kind of like making it so that your executive summary starts to look like a professional executive summary. So it would be Miss CEO, company information, Miss CEO, MissCEO.com, and Miss CEO's phone number, which is 844 Miss CEO. Yes, vanity number and everything. You can reach me at Miss CEO. What's the phone number? 844 Miss CEO. So write that down. Why? You may not be in business yet, or you may already be in business, but once you start to see it, it starts to cement. It's kind of like tapping. Remember we did a little bit of tapping yesterday? Once you see it in writing and you write it down, it starts to take shape. It starts to take form. It starts to come to life. So even if it's just your own cell phone number or a vanity number that you have or would like, write it down there, because we're making this vision of your company actually happen, okay? And as I mentioned, after company information, I said vision for a reason, okay? Nothing is an accident. Vision is next. What do you see of your business? What do you see? Remember how we talked on Monday about going far into your future and deciding what your vision is? What is it that you want to see, that tree under whose shade you may never sit? That vision is what connects to today's business, okay? So your vision, mine, to empower women to start the business that will make their lives turn into the life they desire and deserve. That is my vision. My vision is to pull out the genius from women through the exercises that I take them through, because these are the exercises that I have been through, that I have experienced. The hardships that I've experienced, I want you to do away with. So the exercises that I give you are exercises that will take away as many of the hurdles that I went through, okay? So that's my vision, is to help as many women as I can in their entrepreneurial journey to discern their genius and share it with the world, right? So write that down. Write your genius vision down. Then your mission statement. How am I going to do it? Well, I'm going to do it by having programs available, to accessible, affordable programs for women to explore their dreams, their ideas, and their genius, and then to put in play the businesses of their dreams by giving them the strategic tools that they need, the mindset, the skill set, the tool set to make this happen. That is my mission. Okay? How am I going to do it? That is what goes into a business plan, which this is the executive summary for, and your execution of your business plan. The next thing is your product or service. Okay? After your mission statement, what product or service do you have? What are you going to be offering? What is it that you're filling a gap with? Are you going to be designing a better pen? Are you going to be designing a better journal? Are you going to be designing a lamp that actually doesn't kill people's eyes? Or, as blind as I am, I need glasses that don't do this when I'm in front of a light. Hello, Donna Gorgeous. So see, maybe one of you can invent some blue light glasses, and these blue light were a gift from one of my amazing clients that shall remain nameless, Miss Blue. But see, I can't wear them in front of a ring light because I look goofy. Mind you, I have no problem with goofy. No problem with goofy at all. I'm wearing a pink scarf that ungoofies me. And I'm wearing my grandmother's earrings, which just make me feel like I'm great. So whenever you see me wearing those earrings, it's because I'm totally empowered. So then this is what happens, okay? Your product or service is serving someone else. Okay, what is it? What is your product? What is your service? Are you designing something physical? Is it a tangible product? Because if you have a tangible physical product, trust me, I'm your girl. Because when it comes to supply chain management, from starting with the design, okay, ideation, redesign, prototyping, finding, sourcing, materials, I have got the best outsourced network in the world for that. So if you're looking at a physical product, I can help you. If you have a service-based product, I can help you with that too. What is your product? I want to know, okay? So the next thing is your market. Who, we already talked about that. Who is going to be serviced? Who is going to serve? Who are you going to serve? Who? Because that's where the money comes in. If it's going to be, girls between the ages of 12 and 16 that are starting to apply their own makeup, how much money do they have? Or how much money do their parents have? How much can we start charging for either online makeup sessions? Oh, there's a lot of free ones. Oh yeah, but none that actually say, if you have tawny skin, these are the kinds of makeup that you should apply, and this is how you should apply it. If you have young skin, this is what you don't want to do to your young skin. You are personalizing your product or service to your audience. Thus, you will have the potentiality to earn more because you are going to cost average customization based on who you serve and your audience. That's what part of this market share is in your business plan. We go a lot deeper in this in the incubator because based on each one of your types of businesses, we will look to see where your market is hiding, okay? And we will bring that market out to you. And then projections. This is the fun part. Projections are super fun because if you want to make $100,000, and I talked to Jennifer about this and Heather, you guys know, if you want to make $100,000 a year in your business and you have 5 different products that you're selling, we just have to cost out each product and let everyone know in the company, hey, we have to sell 10 of these widgets at $500 each a month. We have to sell 25 of these memberships, okay, at $45 per membership per month. And then we have to sell these beautiful handheld mirrors so that when a woman wants to know where she can go to find greatness, she holds up the mirror and the mirror says here. And we're going to sell that mirror for $19.95. So we need to sell 25 of these mirrors per month, okay? So now we have our product line. Now we know how much each product is going to cost out. So at the very minimal, we know what we have to do to make that $100,000. Again, working you backwards from your end goal. And I don't want you guys to sit at 100,000, go further, okay? Because my grandmother used to always say, and you'll hear me talk a lot about my grandmother, woman didn't even have a 6th grade education, but here, but she would always tell me, if you aim very high, you will fall high. If you aim low, you'll hit the ground, okay? So it translates better in Spanish, but you know what I'm saying. aim as high as you can, because that's what's going to propel you to greatness. Okay? Propel yourself to greatness. This is what life is about. This is what business is about. And then we're going to go ahead, and this is an exercise I want you to try to do on your own, but I want you to know how important it is. And I have a different tack on doing with SWOT analysis. Okay? So you know SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. When you're doing a SWOT analysis, I don't want you to only look inside your own potential business for your strengths, your weaknesses, your opportunities, and your threats. I want you to go to page 2, your competitor analysis. And I want you to put down who can your competition be. Okay? Like my competition is all these gurus out there that are telling everybody how to start their business online and go and do this. But they don't tell anybody, hey, you need to incorporate, you need to have a tax ID number. You need to understand taxation matters. You need to understand what it is like to actually hire someone and not just say everybody's going to be a freelancer. Business is business. Legacy business is not fleeting. So that's my competition. All these gurus that are telling everybody all these things that are so incongruent to real, durable business. So that's my competition. So when I do a SWOT analysis, I do a basic one on myself and a very thorough one on my competition. What are their strengths? They're good online. They're good at tech. They're beautiful and young, and they look better in front of a camera than I do. Okay? What are their weaknesses? They have no idea. They've been in business for 12 months and think they have, expertise. 10,000 hours? Not. But they think they do. So I do a SWOT analysis. And what are their opportunities? How have they been able to capture millions and millions of dollars by providing cookie cutter products that are subpar and ineffective, but yet they're making a lot of money doing them? That's an opportunity for me to go look at what they're doing and then adapt, bring in concise expertise and knowledge about business, backed up by my degree and backed up by my 30 years and backed up by my clients that will back me up. Okay? That's my opportunity. How do I take the reality of business and take it into the ephemeral side of business that they have and combine the two? Okay? And then threats. What are the threats to my potential business by doing that? Oh, they've got a lot more buying power than I do because they're making millions from ephemeral, gutless type of coaching out there because they're cookie cutter gurus. And I'm trying to meet women like you guys and really help you dig deep and find the true value of your genius and how it can serve others to make an enduring business that will be a legacy. That's actually a threat, okay? So when you're doing the competitor analysis, I want you to do a SWOT analysis on your competitor as well as yourself. All right? And then financial requirements. What do you need? What does your business need? How much money do you have minimal to live on? How much money do you need to actually reach that level of desire? With me, I can tell you, somebody says, you need to make $10,000 a month. I can't wait to get to $10,000 a month. Ladies, please don't take this the wrong way. I am not being facetious, but what the heck am I going to do with $10,000? $10,000 doesn't start to cover my bills. I can't think about $10,000 a month. I'd be broke at $10,000 a month. Now, I'm saying this, and again, please take it in the heart that it is coming from. Because of the fact that I have adapted a lifestyle for a certain level, that means that to me, the $10,000 mark has to be surpassed every month. Before I wake up every month on the first of the month, like right now, the first 4 days of the month, it's just drawing money out, drawing money out, drawing money out. But $10,000 a month is not enough to meet my needs. Maybe it's $5,000 for you. Okay? I'm speaking your language, girl. SWOT. Now, if you need SWOT, Donna's your lady. She is just amazing at that, yes. Go talk to her because she's got mission, vision, all of that stuff. I'm good. She is like, woof, amazing. All right? So when you look at what your financial requirements are, I want you to write down the bare minimum that you must meet in order to live the life that you have today. All right? And then right next to that, I want you to put the financial requirements of living the life that you deserve. that you desire and deserve. So you can have the purse. So you can, I'll have issues. I don't do jewelry, I do specialized jewelry. Okay? Grandma's earrings and very special jewelry. I want to show you this one because this is what my life is about. Pearls and sapphires and diamonds. Why? Because I'm a woman and we are embodied by pearls. Sapphire because it's my birthstone. Diamonds because they're a girl's best friends. And gold because that's what my clients deserve. If you've heard me talk about that, and we'll go into branding very quickly. My brand colors are pink because of my breast cancer and my affinity towards helping women. That's pink. Green because, and I'm going to tap for this. Green because I believe in the abundance and the total affinity for everything green and abundant in life. So, tap the heart, swipe the arm. I tap when I talk about green because green means abundance, and as I tap, I'm sharing that abundance with you. Okay, so pretend I'm tapping for you and you alone. All right? So that's what green is. So pink for breast cancer, green for abundance, wine, as I always say, don't need to explain wine because a great red is the best thing in the world. That's wine. And then gold, because that is what my clients deserve. They deserve gold from me. They deserve gold from their own genius. They deserve gold from life. So those are my brand colors. And they each mean something. Pink, green, wine, and gold. Right? So that's one of those things that you do when you talk about branding. And we'll cover branding, because it is part of your business. So we'll cover branding in the incubator. We actually give you your basic branding for free. I've got an amazing Mary. She is just amazing, and she'll take care of doing your branding, your first branding for you, looking at the colors, looking at the scope, looking at what your logo should be like. Of course, it's just very basic, but we still cover it and give you something to get started with. All right? So when we put all of these things together, all right, now you're looking at what having an executive summary of a business plan is. Your financial projections, a little bit of your vision, a little bit of your mission, your name, and who you are becoming as a business. Now, there's a lot more to it than that. There's my 10-step process for actually having a business that works in the United States and in Canada that has all of the legalities covered. That is all something that we offer you in the incubator. My team, we have attorneys, we have accountants that are going to put your business together for you. We will draw out your business plan and also help you with incorporation. We'll help you with tax ID. We'll help you with your first 3 months worth of accounting and bookkeeping just to get you off the ground so you don't have to worry about any of that. All of that will be included in our 12-week program, the Dig Deeper Incubator, that for profit that I want you guys to think about, and your invitation will be below. And as we're getting close to the end of today, I just wanted to thank all of you for sharing these 3 days with me and helping me to define your genius, see how it can turn into a business, and to invite you to dig deeper. You already have all the tools. I've given you enough tools right now that you can go and run with it. Go and run with it. And I'm going to tell you one thing from my experience, okay? You don't have to work with me, even though I would love you to. But you do need to let someone else come in and have an outside look at your genius, have an outside look at your business, and let them help you. Micaiah, your goal is $21K per month at launch. Perfect, because we know that that's going to not only meet your needs, but make you happy. And that's it. And we don't have to say, I want to make $1 million a month. No, we don't have to do that. We have to be realistic. I love that that is your goal, okay? I love that that is your goal because you know it's tenable. We've already discovered that that is a tenable goal. You can make it, and you will. And you're right there. You're right there. You're right there at the cusp of making greatness happen. All right? So when you write down your financial requirements, write down what you need to make it and what you want to make it. Stop, okay? I'm going to leave you with a last thought. And I'm going to owe you some music because I'm at the hotel and they may frown upon my using my music here because they have their little radio going on. But when I get in my car, that's the great thing about driving a nice Mercedes. I got a badass sound system. I'm going to play some music for you ladies that you can listen to on the replay. Okay? So what am I leaving you with? This. Stop sitting and sleeping on your desires. They are your strongest driver. Meet your needs. Live your desired life. Do not sleep on your desires. This new business that you've been thinking about, that you've been working on, that you have been honing, is that catalyst for the change in your life that you desire and, most importantly, deserve. Take your genius and just envision yourself in your future being the person that you know you are destined to be. That fulfilled woman, that whole woman that knows that she can do such great things. Don't let anyone hold you down. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't. Personally, you are all these things. You are a genius. You have dreams. You have ideas. You have genius. And now you have a way to put it all together and turn it into a business that can bring you the life that you desire and deserve. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm going to tell you guys how proud I am to be a part, even a small part, of your genius. And I want you to know that I'm available. If you look at the last page of past the executive summary, it's an invitation telling you a little bit about what we're going to do. A lot of information is coming. On the 21st of February, we start, and it is deep diving. Do you want to talk to me one-on-one? Do you want to know what I can see when I talk to you? I'm offering you that opportunity. Reach out. Don't sleep on your desires, okay? And for those of you that want to get more tomorrow, especially on that Zoom, we're going to deep dive. We're going to dig deeper, and we're going to find out exactly what makes you tick. Now, I'm going to be on the road. Anybody that wants to reach out, I'll be able to talk to you. I'm going straight from here to Cafe Du Monde. 4 hours of driving so that I'll be able to talk to you guys. You know you can always reach me. No, because I am tech challenged and phones and I don't get along. But yes, reach out, send me a message, drop a line right here. The link for the Zoom is in the comments, guys. Go ahead, click in, sign up, and get to work. Bye. Love you all. See you guys. See you soon.